Speaking of advertising, I have been plugging this Twitch channel on TWA.
Oh, yeah, I heard I was catching up on some TWA, and I heard
Yeah.
that's very cool.
I did it again because, like, yeah, it's a great. Well, you're a great streamer, but also I'm on here all the time.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's like
one of our main guests. Where else do I? Or I guess I'll. It's already in Billboard, but I'll put it in. Well, I guess I'll tell people in our chat. What's going on?
It's a very good peach drawing, Cassie. I like it.
I also like doing these because, like, it feels like something I can, like, even if it's not, like, even if people don't watch it on stream, I still have it. Like, I can put it up on YouTube and have it as a little.
And you can get cool infinite views, theoretically.
Yeah. The views will never go down. It's not like Twitch, where in Twitch the view count is always fluctuating and can hit a cap and go back down. Now it's like, now never, YouTube videos don't lose views.
What if they did? Hi, here's a new idea from Google.
That feels like, yeah. I honestly am a little surprised there isn't like a thing where it's like, show just recent view counts.
That would be funny though.
That would be sort of funny, but also I don't want it.
Like, yeah, like what's the recent view count of like Gangnam Style?
I have like on my YouTube account I made when I was in 5th grade. One of my videos has like 20,000 views or something. And I don't know why. It's not, like, good. I made it in 5th grade, but it just has 20,000 views. And I really want to know when those views happened. Because they definitely didn't happen when I was in 5th grade. I would have noticed it was happening when I was in 5th grade. It happened since then. But I really want to know when. Let's have a tabletop channel too.
Dang, Cass.
Also, I just realized I never added the Eidolon Twitter. So it probably never got, like, retweeted by them. So I wonder if some people don't know we're streaming today. Because I know that's a lot of folks who come by as, you know, Eidolon fans.
Eidolon players that want to see a live play test. Just their show monkeys.
Are we? I guess, yeah, we're where you go to get live Eidolon playing. Otherwise,
yeah, otherwise you gotta listen to pre-recorded shit.
Which is really high quality, very high quality.
Yeah, the shit's more metaphorical. It's a fun game.
I need to close some of these windows. But we can probably start with our... So... Try to see who's... Okay. So... Okay, yeah, the music's kicking in good. So... It's been about a week passes on the cruise ship before it, like, reaches, you know, the place it's going to. And while you're all riding on the cruise ship, you still... after the events of last session, it seems like for the most part, people who were on the ship when that happened, for the most part, were asleep. A lot of people got back on the ship and then went right to sleep, and their only acknowledgement of the scenario was that they suddenly woke up when the alarm was going off. So not everyone knows that you know, saved the ship from sinking because of a severed Eidolon running amok. And then, while you're all... The only, like, the things that I think immediately noticeable is that when you see Victor Amar, he's not, like, coming up and talking as much as he used to. He seems sort of, like, he seems glum at his table. And you also start to notice his table with the e-gamers starting to mingle a bit with our friend Ronaldo, like sort of starts to impact the spirits of their group. And like at first it's like they get slowly more and more reflective. Like their table conversation goes less from like happy bro-y conversation to just more like people are just like content to be there. And then, but near the end of the week, the spirits of Victor's group seem to take a sudden and noticeable upturn. And so what are y'all up to for this little week on the cruise? You have a chance to relax, you have a chance to socialize. Do you think there's anything? We'll go in turns here. I'll go in reverse order of the spreadsheet. Natalie, what do you think you get up to on a cruise ship for a week?
Well, I know one thing is she would probably try and talk to Victor and figure out what's going on. I actually made a tie on my sheet.
Yeah, we'll go over ties in a second as well. Actually, you know what? While we're doing this for each turn, we'll also do the ties. So, Natalie, say your ties and any changes you want to make if you do.
Well, my ties so far are pretty much the same. With April being admires her competitive spirit, Joseph being always gives me the goods and seems kind of mean as a second one. Alice is scary but really cool, and I added for Victor. I think I said before we went live that it was going to be like I hope he's okay, but I think it's more I don't think he's okay.
Okay.
That's my tie with Victor.
So is this like, do you want to do a quick scene where we go up to Victor and talk, or do you just want to like get a summary of what happens when you're interacting with him before we go to someone else?
Either way is fine for me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because I think before we do a little talky scene, I'll go through to get the summary from other people, and we'll get their ties as well. All right. So then, Alice, how are you spending your week on the cruise ship?
I think sort of just like looking over her deck and trying to gauge the relative strength of the other people on the ship.
Okay. And then any changes in your ties?
I was thinking of adding one for Victor as well, like Victor fell to his weakness or something like that.
Damn, cold.
Otherwise, my ties are staying the same. Bossa Nova is I would die for Bossa Nova, my pet rat. I am spending a lot of time with him. April needs to commit to the game or go collect cars with Natalie. Joseph is a mark. Natalie is useful.
I resent that.
She's scared for her life.
All right. And then Yosef, how are you spending your 1 week on a cruise ship?
I have not left the poolside chairs. I've stayed in the same one for the whole week, and it's a disaster zone.
Are you even going in the pool?
No, I said I didn't. No, I didn't even leave it.
Got just the poolside table.
Yeah, just Bastion taking in the rays, you know.
Does
you don't
Yosef
get a whole lot of sun in the city.
is Yosef still has his shirt on though?
Well, yeah. Of course.
Is it a Hawaiian shirt?
Sometimes. But mostly he's it's just the same T-shirt he's been wearing the whole time.
All right. Then you got more.
Yeah, I didn't have any.
Oh yeah, because we got
any updated
ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have any ties updated.
All right. Gotcha. April, how do you spend your week on a cruise ship?
Well, I don't know why you would think it would be relaxing. April's obviously hitting the gym, hitting the squash court to do tennis, and practicing with Mirror Force for a bit at least. So what happens is like she gets onto the court and she like hits the ball once with Mirror Force, and it goes exactly squarely like in the corner of the room. And like, oh, if this had been an actual game, she could have like gotten the like ball exactly on the corner to like knock the other to score a point or like win the game or whatever. Like it feels too perfect, so she just goes back to using a regular tennis racket.
I'm almost imagining that when you try to use Mirror Force in like one of those little closed courts with where it just goes up to like a wall, you can almost like with video game physics, you can hit the ball into the corner and then it just keeps bouncing very rapidly between the two walls of the corner in a perfect line.
Yeah, she probably does try like bullshit like that, just like hitting the ball so it like goes in a big square around the top of the room and back, like hitting all the corners around the other wall. I don't know, like it feels like something. It's like she just it has too much control for her, and she's going to go back to a regular tennis racket to practice.
All right, and do you have any updates to your ties?
I do. I have for Yosef. I can't remember exactly what brought this on, but I believe Yosef was having some awful food opinions last episode. So
yeah, Yosef was. What was that? It was.
So what, is it about eggs or fake eggs?
Or popcorn,
it was definitely
something?
about eggs. I believe it's about the eggs, but my tie is Yosef has awful tasted food. And my tie for Natalie is Natalie knows how to think with portals.
Alright, that's +3. So when we could we'll potentially look forward to having a social scene with you and Natalie.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, I was thinking of waiting a bit until like maybe they had a +3 tie with me, so we could like trade.
Yeah.
But you know, it doesn't have to.
We'll see how it works out, especially because like we'll probably get to those during downtime, unless it like really makes sense to come up sooner.
And I also thought that I wanted to form a tie with Ronaldo because I had that scene with like threatening him to take back the whatever he was doing, I guess, to Victor. And my tie says Ronaldo may be a manipulative jackass, which should be with a J. I don't know why it's misspelled.
Nickelodeon jackass.
He may be a manipulative jackass, but he's good at being a manipulative jackass.
All right, and then so Natalie wants to go talk to Victor. Natalie, are you intentionally trying to do this alone, or do you want to try to bring anyone from the group or let someone from the group come, or do you think this is like a chance encounter sort of thing?
I think she probably would have tried to like approach Victor and get him away from the rest of the group.
Wait, if you updated any ties, not counting the ones you create, you should give yourself XP.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So
I got some XP then.
Yeah, so for the one for...
Oh, you don't get XP for creating new ties?
Not for creating new ones, just for updating ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't
that
get
went up
XP
one.
for that then, I guess. Okay, but I guess yeah. Didn't I updated a bunch last
I feel like
time,
you should. I feel like you should have one more. Or have you never messed up a roll as Natalie?
I
guess that's not
haven't. I
possible.
think I messed up one roll because I had XP 1. Because I've been getting really good rolls. It's fucked up. I'm guessing that today is going to be when I finally start doing bad rolls. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if I can squeeze some rolls out of y'all.
But yeah, Natalie would approach Victor, be like, "Hey, Victor, can I talk to you alone for a second?"
And Victor's like, yeah, sure. And then he like looks at his group. He's like, hey guys, I'm just gonna, I'll be a minute. Don't wait up. And he just comes with you wherever you want to go. And he definitely isn't as thrilled to see you as he was the day he met you. Like, I think wherever you go to talk, he's sort of like leaning against the wall, and he's like, yeah, what'd you want to talk to me about?
Well, the last time I saw you, you were pretty messed up. What happened back there?
I think for this you're gonna have to dazzle him to get like the proper like, information out of him.
Absolutely. That's glam, right?
Yes. And then also I need to actually get up the cheat sheet.
scared. I got 8 plus 1, so 9.
So 9. Let me see what that is. They'll be open to persuasion, but they'll require either evidence of your claims or promise to do something for them in return. I'm trying to think, like, when you're trying to help someone...
Doesn't really sound like...
But they definitely... You can immediately tell they don't really want to open up to you. There's a certain level of what you can almost see as, like, not just discomfort, but almost like a little bit of distrust. I think you get the sense that, like, they don't necessarily trust you enough to give you really personal information. If you gave them a reason to, like, if you trusted them with some information or gave them a reason to, like, put their trust in you, maybe you could get the information out. Because, like, I think this is, like, a big body language thing of, like, you like, ask and they're just like, oh, you want to help me now. Oh, I'm sorry, Natalie. I don't know if it works like that.
What? But, I mean, I helped you back there. Like, you can trust me. Like, I haven't done anything to hurt you.
Okay. Victor's like, how long did you have those Eidolons? Did you just, like, have them the whole time and you were just gonna, like, try to go through this tournament without telling anyone?
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't really think... I wasn't going to use my Eidolon during matches or anything. Like, to be honest, I'm not even that serious about the game. I mostly came to help Alice along and cheer her on. But, like, if I wasn't trying to lie to you. You have a superpower, and you came to a tournament with a very large financial benefit, and you're just gonna act like this was just a game to you? Maybe that's not what you meant. But, like, think about all the people here, like my team, who've been, like, trying really hard at this, and now they're way in over their heads because, you know, people like you are running around with these things and just acting like it's a ace up your sleeve. I've never used it in a card game before. It's just like Ronaldo is the reason I even have these abilities. They were forced upon me unwillingly, and I have to assume he did the same to you. And I mean, honestly, like, I felt like I really helped you through that, and I'm feeling a little bit like you're just pushing me away and I don't know why.
I'm sorry. You did help me, but this is, you know, this is a sensitive ecosystem where I'm a professional, and all of a sudden my teammates are being thrown way in over their heads, and, like, I don't know how much I can trust Ronaldo, but he was open to me about this stuff. He came forward about it.
Did he ask you if you wanted an Eidolon before he gave it to you? He explained what Eidolons were? Because all he did to us was demand that we join him, and it just kind of happened.
So did you understand that you were getting an idol? I don't.
No, I had no idea.
And I think this is when it's like he starts to, like, you get a sense that he's, like, looking off and he's, like, sort of thinking, and he's like, I'm not happy with exactly what Ronaldo did, but I'm not terribly happy about this whole situation. I guess I'm not here. If no one else was here to make friends, then why should I be? And then Vic, this is when it's like you see he's sort of starting to, like, turn away, like.
Listen, Victor, you can do whatever you feel is best for you, but I don't trust Ronaldo, and I don't think you should either. And I'm here if you need me, okay?
Sometimes it's not about trust. Sometimes it's just about, you know, sometimes you just gotta play ball. And sometimes you just can't. Sometimes when everyone else at the table is not who they say they are, all of a sudden you get bit in the ass for just trying to play openly. And Natalie, you seem like a good kid. I think we might be in sort of similar situations about this, but you're here for your friend's emotional support. I'm here because I have teammates who got mouths to feed, and you really just don't get in my way. And I think Victor is starting to turn away, and he's walking a little faster.
Okay, yeah. Natalie would leave it like that. She's also having a panic attack, but that's fine.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Like Victor's become mean.
And she probably just kind of like, I think what she would do after that, like you asked me I didn't really explain what I did throughout the week. I just kind of said what I wanted to do with Victor. Mm-hmm. I think what she would do from that is that she would kind of be like recluse herself in her in her room for a bit, but then she would be like, it's. One thing that Victor was right about is that I need to get serious, and she would kind of start like looking at her cards and what she could do to make her deck better, to try and actually play the game better.
We have the deck building montage. All the cards are out on the table.
Yeah.
Is that something Alice would help with?
Oh yeah, if you guys want to have a little scene where you talk about, because like you two are sort of like the ones who I feel are sort of in similar levels of seriousness, like both seriousness and playfulness. Whereas opposed to Yosef is low on the seriousness, but he seems a little less like he'd bounce off the fun aspect.
April is still not in doing the card montage thing yet. I was asking
if thought you said, because April and Alice are very similar names. I think Ava got confused.
How do I say? Yeah, okay. The other way then. I stand by what I said, but yeah. Alice can definitely help out.
I think Natalie would. I mean, they're all staying. I think they're staying in the same room together, so she probably would have been like asked Alice for advice while building the deck. Definitely. I don't know how Alice would respond though.
Ooh, it would probably depend on how serious you were. If you were like absolutely determined, I think she might put you through boot camp.
Hell yeah! And Natalie is determined.
Just like we're fighting a duel, and I just have like crush card virus coiled around you, like ready to squeeze. No, don't play cards that way.
That's awesome. But yeah, it's one thing that was fun about that scene is that Natalie's greatest fear is rejection. So that's great. That scene for her. Love to see it.
All right, and then do we have anyone else who, from that sort of bit of information, because I imagine, I don't know if anyone else would go to talk to Victor, but like when Alice starts training Natalie, people will probably notice that something has changed. So does anyone like react to that information before we get to the island?
I think that when April isn't like training, she's been probably watching Ronaldo's moves. Like I still don't think April understands what exactly like his goal is, other than like amassing people to work for him, I guess. But like trying to see what exactly he's doing and what his like methods are, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that she's just extremely like wary of him and is like taking the is like trying to keep an eye on him as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. I guess you see Ronaldo is definitely Yeah, I read Mike's message.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is ingratiating himself more and more with Victor Amar's group. Victor Amar doesn't seem to be talking to him directly very much, but you start to see that the tables with the like Ronaldo's sort of culty looking fellows and the esports gamers, they're starting to mingle a bit more. That clique is getting closer.
Is there anything I can get more from rolling and investigate?
Yeah, roll and investigate if you want to get some juicy deets.
That is a 6 + 0. Off to a good start.
Okay, let me I lost track of all my windows. There we go. That's right. I opened the basic move sheet in Chrome for some reason. 6 on investigate.
So I'll give you. I'll ask a question, and you give me an answer I don't want. There are two that I really want to ask, but only like the one that I would want to ask is what weakness can I exploit? But I don't know if I can actually like if that's what she's looking for. I think what the thing is that she's really looking here for is, what complications should I be wary of?
The machine that Ronaldo is a part of isn't centered around him. And you can't even really... You get, like, this sense that everyone in his group is a part of this big machination, but you can't even begin to really comprehend, like, where it goes.
So there's, like, people that are kind of, like... It's not like he's the one that's, like, the head of this, like, hierarchy. There are obviously, like, people around him that are, like, equal or, like, higher.
So, you know, Cassie needs to step away from the computer for a second.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Or I guess I should say it's less like...
important stuff being said, it feels like.
But, it's like, these people definitely answer to Ronaldo, but Ronaldo doesn't seem as much like a leader as you would think, but he does have control. And I'm trying to not give too much information to turn it into something helpful.
That's fine. I like the mystery to it. So I'm gonna be like probably just going back to the room, and whoever's around that could hear me like gripe about like, oh, it's like I can't even understand what his like what's going on over there. Like the Ronaldo, like Ronaldo's obviously the leader, but there's like people who aren't listening to him the way that I expect, and like just it's her April just like complaining about him so much that like whoever isn't sick of her from it is gonna have to hear it.
I actually think the way I can make this turn into really uncomfortable information is just I realized the way I can put this, which is just that someone who is watching you knows the truth.
Ooh.
And that's what I'll give you from that. All right, and then we'll wait for Cassie to get back.
Cassie's back. We
Cool.
got some food.
Nice. All right. Now then, I guess.
I would say like Alice has been sort of keeping an eye on Cassili to see if she's up to anything. Just sort of like passively checking up on her whenever she's around.
If it's like a passive checkup, you can immediately notice that like Cassili has what you can only imagine is like some sort of social force field around her that only her like personal what's the fun word?
Assistance?
Entourage?
Entourage. Her entourage is the only one who can enter this field, and she just has like a slightly content 1,000-yard stare hidden behind her sunglasses, as she is like always brought the finest wine or champagne wherever she goes, and doesn't seem to be terribly interested in the more fun affairs of the cruise outside. If that's all you're doing is just like keeping an eye on her while she's going around the cruise.
Yeah, I don't think Alice would like super investigate her because she's a well-known figure and everything. So, but just sort of like see if she does anything noteworthy or not.
Yeah, I think even because she's Cassili, she's the number one player. Even when you're not looking for her, you run into other people who are, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't doing anything." When it's obvious people are trying to get an eye at Cassili. And then, so now, and also, I'll check with Yosef just because we didn't get to do much with you on the cruise, and in case there's anything you want to do with the information you got from our little scenes there. Not to leave you out.
No. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Right notes. Alright, which means now the Orichalcum, the cruise ship you were riding upon, in the distance. Or, well, I guess you're probably in your room when this happens, so there's no reason to give a description of this, but you just get, like, over the comms, there's, like, the captain says, "Hi, passengers, this is your captain speaking. The Orichalcum is going to make landfall in a half hour. Be ready to depart for Shuffle Island." And then, click. And then it's like, okay, it's time to arrive at the island. You all, they say, like, we will keep, or there's also, I guess there's also, like, a little bit later when the staff members are going around, they're like, we'll keep look after any stuff you have here, but there's also accommodations on the island. You might want to bring your stuff, though, if you want to. They don't tell us everything, but they said you might want to bring some creature comforts when you go down there.
Natalie is prepared.
I think I brought all of my creature comforts.
Yosef steals the fucking lawn chair from the poolside.
Mine.
Folds
I
it
sat in
right
it
up.
for a week. It's mine.
All right.
You guys don't want this.
The gangways go down, and when you're up on the deck to look out on this island, Shuffle Island is this absolute smorgasbord of like horizon chopping features. Like, on one side of the island, you can see what is clearly like amusement park features that aren't running, like a big roller coasters and like those like big rotating towers that go up into the sky, like a big tourist trap that doesn't seem to be running. And there's like a big marina for ships to come in, and in the distance you can see what looks like a big castle is built on the further side of the island, which is probably plot significant just looking at it. And you come off, when you get onto the island, the marina leads into this little performance area, like a stage for stuff going on, which has like these dug-in amphitheater rows to sit down in, which are not sufficient for the number of people who have come for this tournament. The immediate apparent success of Grand Shuffle as a tabletop sport seems to eclipse what Shuffle's purpose was first intended as. And the organizers in like black suits with earpieces are like, "All right, everybody stand over there. The head of the tournament will be giving a statement shortly. Please report to the theater."
All right, I guess we report to the theater.
Yeah, does anyone here know who the head of the tournament is? I don't think we were ever told.
No, I don't think we were.
I don't know if you would necessarily know. You'll find out in a second, though. Because I'm not going to front that this speech starts with this screen turns on, and this lady with like long braids and like a very like ruffled shirt is on this screen, and she begins the speech with, "Welcome, shufflers. It's my pleasure to welcome you to my home, Shuffle Island. While in the past it was once home to my various financial exploits, today is to fulfill one purpose, the greatest Grand Shuffle tournament since I first invented the game nearly 1 decade ago. My name is O'Shell Primrose. The rules for this tournament are simple. Explore the island at your whims and find your way to my castle. The gates of the castle will only open for the last 12 players. All other players must be first defeated in duels. When you are defeated, you must forfeit 1 card to your opponent. After 3 losses, you'll be barred from further contest, and you can return to the ship." And everyone in the crowd is just like muttering and talking to each other. I don't know who that is. Do you have any immediate reaction to this? Or what's going on?
Is it normal for tournaments to let you take cards from other players?
Everyone, I think that's like sort of like what made people like mutter like, "Wait, take our card? Like, take any card they want?" Like,
Dang, you're about to get a whole bunch of new cards. All right.
Everyone.
Gonna destroy my deck synergy.
Actually, does anyone want to make like an investigate for me to spy any particular reactions from the crowd? Whoever probably has
I'll do one.
Whoever has like the best genius, go for it.
I've got +1 genius, which is the best.
Which is the best of this group.
So
2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1. We've got 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
All right, you get to mark experience. Oh, also Natalie, don't forget to mark experience for when you messed up the dazzle roll. So you get to choose. You get to ask one question.
The dazzle roll was an 8 or a 9.
Was the dazzle on?
It was a mixed success.
Oh yeah, the mixed success, and there wasn't a thing for.
Yeah, I was the one who failed to investigate earlier.
That was it. Yeah, you take that experience. Yosef, ask me a question, and I'll tell you an answer you do not like. Which is what's hidden here, what happened here recently, what weaknesses can I exploit, what poses the biggest threat, who's in control, what complications should I be wary of.
What poses the biggest threat?
Biggest threats that you won't like. When people start muttering with some discontent about the rule, you can immediately tell that some of the guards who are in like nice suits, some of them just sort of like, casually rest a hand inside their breast pocket for some reason, just like you do.
Obviously gonna pull out a deck, right?
Pull out their deck.
Yeah, they're deck 10.
Or they're gonna get ready to point at us.
And then
I make sure to point that out, that detail out to the rest of the group.
The speech sort of picks up again. O'Shell Primrose is like, and of course, Grand Shuffle is a game that doesn't like to say no. We like to encourage our players to reach their fullest potential with whatever tools they have at their disposal. So, let your imagination determine the games, not just yourself. I promise that our specialized enforcement will be able to keep the tournament within the spirit of the rules, no matter what the players may deem appropriate. So, the sky's the limit on this one. And I will see you all soon enough, I'm sure. Now then, get shuffling. And she does, like, finger guns. And the screen turns off, and another person in a suit with, like, a megaphone, like, walks up on stage. Actually, this is not a suit, like, the no jacket, but, like, a white undershirt and, like, a walkie-talkie clipped to their belt. And this person comes up on stage with a megaphone and says, "All right, shufflers, the island is now open. You are free to duel wherever you see fit. Do not crowd the marina. We have to do more unloading for future tournament activities. So please do not stay in a large crowd here. It's really annoying. Go about your way. The theater is currently over capacity. We need like 50 people to go somewhere else." And yeah, people start to walk in various directions.
Okay.
What do we see like nearby? Like what areas? Like you said, there was a theme park, or like if we're dividing this island up into sections that have like themes to them, is what I'm imagining. Like, what would be like the closest ones around us?
There is a sign. There's like a sign with like 3 arrows pointing in different. Well, I guess it's 4. One of them though is just like a boat sign. You figure that's the marina. Mm-hmm. That's where we are. One of them has like a Ferris wheel on it. Another one going forward has first it has like just like some trees like painted on it, and like a hiker profile, and also the castle. And then one of them going to the right has like what looks like an angel statue standing, and that's all that you get from that sign.
Well, now that we're here, where do you want to go? Like, I guess we have the run of the island, but like, are we supposed to be just like hanging out until we get challenged to like card games?
Alice, what do you think we should do? You seem to have a grasp on strategy.
Did I see where Cassili went, or did she just leave, just like disappear?
Give me an investigate.
All right.
Hmm.
That is a 9.
All right. Ask one question. You're looking for Cassili. On a 9, I'll say, you saw her standing by the path that was going off to the right, and then, like, when you were, like, trying to, like, get a closer bead on her, she was gone.
All right, then. I say we should head towards the right to the angel statue.
Okay, good enough for me. And April's gonna like lug her, like all of her tennis gear that she brought. Like, she always carries everything with her.
All right. So the whole group is well. I don't want to split up the group so bad, so I'm taking that as you're all going there.
Yes, we are all going there.
Everyone's going to the angel statue. All right.
Interesting choice for a first level.
You are walking. You walking down like sort of like winding paved path that is going through like the woods along the shore. You can still see you can hear the splash of the waves nearby. It's rather calming. And then you start to like sort of smell this like stale, humid smell as you realize that like what looks sort of like smoke is like building up at your feet as you're walking through this area. And it's a little hard to tell because it's daytime, but you have a feeling that like somewhere nearby is like sort of like flashing lights are sort of pointed at you, but it's too hard to tell exactly where that's coming from because it's daytime. But as you're just like walking further and further down this path, more and more of this sort of like crummy, like crawling fog is coming along the ground, and eventually you get to what looks like a graveyard fence with like stone walls and like a wrought iron arch above it, and just like above that arch is what looks like seems like a plaster face of Oshel Primrose looking into like a glass crystal ball with like special like little specters melded into the glass of this crystal ball. And you can hear like spooky sound effects playing.
But it is daytime.
It is daytime, so it's really not hitting. It's not. It's like if we came here at night, maybe, but it just sort of looks like it looks like sort of like a crummy little haunted house land.
This is strangely cute. Says Natalie.
And then right through, when you go through this arch, this wrought iron arch, you see what is immediately in front of you is like this big graveyard with all these like fancy statues, tombstones, and mausoleums. And then a little further in the distance is what looks like a sort of oldie medieval town with little like wagons out front and various lighting effects showing off what is probably supposed to be statues or shadows during the night, but is just sort of very visible and not very impressive machinery during the day.
Do all the statues have Primrose's head on them?
Not all of them. I think I'm trying to think. What would like the closer to town? There's a sign that says like Donkey Trail, and the picture is Oshel riding on like a donkey, looking like she's having a great time. But for the most part, this graveyard here looks like a very like really impressive and genuine Gothic graveyard that any goth kid would love to take some photos in.
And we don't see any other people around?
You hear footsteps, and you get the sense that you can see some people off in the distance toward this town who seem sort of inquisitive about it, but you can also just get the sense that, like, somewhere in this fog machine fog, there's something lurking.
I want to roll investigate.
All right, go for investigation. A lot of investigation today.
That is a 6.
All right.
I actually want to help.
Yeah, sure. Roll
If that's
roll
okay.
help. Yeah.
Like, I think that this is something that April's like.
You're
has-
also like going through and like, what is that noise?
So I roll one more.
No,
No, I rolled
April.
2d6 plus my tie with you, which is 3, and I got a 5 plus 3 is 8, which means that we get a +1 to your roll, and whatever consequence there is, I'm open to that consequence as much as you are.
Okay, so that was a 7 total then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you get to ask one question and I'll answer honestly.
Okay. Okay. What's hidden here?
What's hidden here? Some teenagers are trying to hide in cool poses behind some of these larger angel statues.
Teenagers.
Our worst enemy.
What are teenagers doing here?
I mean, I think that April's going to ask that louder to the teenagers that are like hiding. It's like, what are you doing back there?
You just hear someone's like, oh, shit. Act cool. And then one at a time, this like short, shaggy, like bleached blonde hair kid comes out, and he's like, "So you figured out our trap for you,
What
but
trap? This is a card game tournament.
There's a trap?
but you have yet to escape our daring duels." And then beside this one bleach blonde hair kid come out like these 3 other teenagers who are all wearing like the esports jersey from Victor Amar's team.
Ooh, so they might have Eidolon.
And you see that one of the blonde haired kid on his like, I guess like, I don't know if jersey is quite right for what the esports kids wear, but they're supposed to sort of evoke that. The one with blonde hair on his jersey, it
They
says
have, like, jackets, don't they?
Yeah, I guess it's like
Tend to,
they're sort of
players?
like varsity jackets. One of them says collapse. There's another kid who's like a little shorter. He has like Coke bottle glasses and like scruffy darker haircut. It says kinesis on his shirt. There's a much taller young lady with like coiffed hair and light acne scarring, who's standing with a very certain stature, and it says renewal on her shirt, on her jacket. And then there's one sort of like also another. I'm trying to think, what do gamers look like? And I guess they look like anything. Another kid comes out from behind these games. From one of these tombstones, another kid comes out just dead last, did not want to go with this plan at all, hands in pockets, and on his varsity jacket, you can see it says precinct.
So I
the
think
team
April,
names?
in the response that they gave, like, "Oh, you fell into our trap," April's just going to say, "Why can't we just keep walking?" and like try to just walk off to the side of the screen.
No, the blonde hair one. No, I, Nero Collapse, challenge you to a grand shuffle.
Was that to me or to
Yeah,
anyone?
I was imagining that was to you because you were walking away to April, at April.
Okay.
And of course my teammates here will take on your friends as well.
She just kind of turns around and says, "Okay, if you want to, I guess."
Natalie wants to dredge the undertow to see if these people are Eidolon users.
Okay, go for it.
I got what's my bizarres? 2, right? So I got 10.
10. Okay. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Where is that on here actually? I thought it was the last one. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you get what you want. So yeah, you definitely, all 4 of these kids have Eidolons.
Okay. Watch out, everyone. They have Eidolons.
Yeah. 10 is the GM will reveal new and detailed information about your situation. So is there anything specifically she might notice?
I guess, yeah. You immediately sense that there are these 4 Eidolon users, but you also get the sense that somewhere, even like somewhere nearby in this graveyard area, there is the sense of another Eidolon that is currently manifested, that is hidden from you, but not. You don't think it's aimed at you. Someone is using their Eidolon nearby for other reasons.
Okay, so yeah, now we'd be like, watch out, these people are Eidolon users, and there's someone else nearby. I'm not sure if they're on the team or not.
Okay. I'll be careful then. So I'm. Who was the character that challenged me specifically?
That was
Nero.
Nero.
I can't forget that.
Nero Collapse.
I'm gonna walk up to face Nero and say, "Okay then, if you want to play, then we should play fair." And April's going to summon Mirror Force to her hand, and say this is my Eidolon. Where's yours?
Well, mine doesn't do that, but he pulls a card off the top of his deck, and you can immediately he pulls this card off his deck, and he has it turned like a Yu-Gi-Oh card where you can't see it yet. And you just immediately sort of feel this wind is starting to pick up, and then all these dried decorative leaves that are covering the graveyard start to get sucked in with very great force, and they are crunched down and right behind him into this singular point to make a little ball of leaves that looks like it's constantly collapsing. It's hard to see, I know, but you get the idea. This is my Eidolon black hole.
Oh damn.
That's okay.
I can't exactly tell it to. I can't drop it, but it'll I won't be needing it.
And I don't think I'll be needing mine. So April's going to put her set all of her tennis gear to the side, but she is going to bring her racket with her just to have beside her.
All right, and then
So do we? Here's my question: Do we have tables? How are we playing the card game?
Okay.
The tables come out of the ground.
Okay.
The table, yeah, it all comes out of the ground. It's dual island.
So here's what happens. I'll tell you what happens.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
When you agree to this match, all of a sudden standing next to you, just this sort of all of a sudden out of nowhere, you didn't get the sense that they even walked up to you. You hear someone just off in your periphery say, "So it's agreed," and then you see just this shadow of a person stand up from out of the graves, wearing a clean white shirt and a little red bow tie, and they say, "A duel will commence. All participants will follow the rules and the circumstances of their defeat." And they reach out a hand, and then all of a sudden all these tombstones start to push to the side to make space, and both April and Nero are knocked back into what used to be tombstones have now formed into a tombstone shaped throne, and a little mausoleum-esque box has risen up out of the ground to make a table with indents for cards to be placed on it. and you two are like sitting like this about like 15 feet apart from each other, and with your decks on the table.
I think when April gets knocked back, she gets like comically like jumbled in the seat. So like she's kind of like sitting like diagonally upside down or something, and has to like straighten herself up once the seat rises.
Nero looks incredibly intimidating, sitting in a chair. It looks like he's trained to do this.
Neat.
Okay.
Go get him, April.
The duel shall the duel now commence?
Sure. Who plays first?
Rock, paper, scissors. How do they do that in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because now I'm realizing in Yu-Gi-Oh,
to figure out what they're gonna play.
in Yu-Gi-Oh, every single time in Yu-Gi-Oh, some guy just says it's my turn for the first one, and they're just like, beans, he said it, so he goes first.
Yeah, we never like established anything. They just somehow know who goes first.
Yeah, April is just kind of like standing there looking at her cards for a bit and not like understanding that it's like whoever takes it first is going to take it. So I think Nero's going to go first.
I will say, I think the actual going first won't matter too much, because what we're going to do is like, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort of set the stage for the whole duel at the start sort of at once, where I want you to give me a like a roll to beat the odds, either with genius to just play good, elegant to cheat, bizarre to just use your heart of the cards, power if you're just like brute force rush down your opponent. Just think about how you're playing the game and just roll to beat the odds. And that one's going to be a little different, where like that's not going to be what determines if you win or lose. That's going to sort of determine who has the
upper hand.
Who has the upper hand at the start of this duel.
I think that April's taking it kind of slow in like trying to her deck is built as a not a combo deck. It's very gimmicky in that it is about like passing a puck back and forth is how I had it in my mind, of like in the same way that you like volley tennis balls, like trying to like, she's succeeding if she manages to like pass a puck back and forth between her and her opponent, and it takes a lot of in a better crafted deck it would take probably take some like really careful planning, so I'm gonna roll genius.
Okay. And also we can totally think of this as like, I'm sure if we were doing Yu-Gi-Oh, we'd say like, this is a field spell that turns the field into a tennis court, and now you have to like hit a ball back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. Like that is something that she would definitely have. The ball specifically is a like tennis ball shaped Kuribo.
Okay.
And I got a 7.
All right, something goes wrong. Okay. So that's just gonna say like I guess we'll say you're sort of even then. The Nero manages to respond to this tennis mechanic pretty handily, where you're going back and forth with like your like fake tennis racket, and he for some reason when it goes to his side of the field it turns into air hockey, and he like uses like the slide puck to get it back over to your side.
Interesting.
And like I probably have to like struggle to keep up with like directional stuff if like we're taking the metaphor as like, oh, it's like going in weird directions that I wasn't expecting because of the air hockey like physics.
And then I think, okay, gonna head. All right, have a good night, Mike. And then
Good night, Mike.
So what Nero does to mess with your strategy is he plays a card that is just like, it's called like Jupiter, the planet of mass, and it's literally makes a monster that is just a huge planet on his side of the field, and your tennis balls are getting like stuck in the orbit of them. So instead of like going back and forth, now he's just like accumulating these tennis balls that are like making greater and greater amounts of power on his side of the field. So now I want you to, or what you gonna say?
Yeah, I don't know how to do anything about that, except I guess what she's going to do is April's going to call out to him, "Oh yeah, you have a big planet, but it's not like it's gonna actually hurt me with it."
That's where you're wrong. In 4 turns, Jupiter, the planet of mass, will descend onto your life points, dealing damage, destroying it and you. And for every tennis ball moon it has, it'll do an extra 1,000 damage.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. It's so good.
So now, how do you respond to the Jupiter?
Do we get like insert shots of like the other characters?
Oh
just
yeah, like
responding
because this is Yu-Gi-Oh. So you gotta have everyone in the audience is like, yeah, that's that strategy. Does anyone have responses?
Oh my god, how is she gonna defeat that thing? She can't hit it. Everything she throws at it, it just goes in orbit. What do you think,
I thought
Alice?
Nero might use. Ooh,
Oh, Joseph talk, yeah.
nope, I interrupted.
Well, now you go.
Okay. I thought Nero might try and use April's tennis strategy against her.
And of course, the other teenagers are like, "Come on, Nero, you got this. Show that jock."
Oh my god. That's so good.
Oh no! I can't believe I'm participating in jock versus nerd conflict.
She hasn't trained enough. I don't think she has the skills to beat this one.
All right, so now I want you to construct something you do with the logic of your cards to.
I have
counter
exactly.
this.
I know exactly what I want to do. So we're gonna like treat this as like playing out up until like the last turn before Jupiter descends is when April's going to get desperate and like have her hand over the next card she's about to draw and say like, okay, come on, I need it to be here. I need it to be here. And she's going. I'm going to roll recall, which is a 6 + 2, 8. I'm gonna push myself to, because I rolled a 1 because I want a full success.
Gotcha.
That is a 13.
13. So that's
To recall. Oh yeah.
You can say it because I was about to read the same thing, so you can say it.
Yes. On a 10+, your Eidolon will effortlessly navigate toward you and come to your control in one smooth motion. I'm gonna take this to mean actually drawing the card.
Yeah, actually,
Force from my
like Mirror
deck.
Force is there when you need it.
That's awesome.
That is sick.
So as Jupiter descends, April is going to play her Eidolon card in redirecting it back toward Nero.
And then all of a sudden, so like I'm also like in this, I'm imagining Mirror Force, the effect as it appears, now looks like a big tennis racket and is like hitting back against Jupiter and like bouncing it back over the net. And
Absolutely.
And it looks like, Nero's going like, oh no! And then like Jupiter crashes on his side of the field. But then he like reveals a card that was like a face down spell card he played way earlier. And it's like, I play the Astronomer's Curse. It makes it so I'm immune to all the damage of other planet cards as long as I spend 1,000 life points a turn. And also when I play it, it lets me summon Royal Astronomer Juno, and it like summons this little like funny wizard looking guy with a staff with like the sun and the moon rotating on it. And he's like, it's like got like 2,000 attack points, and he's like, you're falling into my gravity now, and the pull is inescapable. And but Nero looks quite rattled, and there's probably, of course, some going back and forth with some monsters here. What do you do about this?
I don't think that she has any good response other than like direct physical force against it, like saying like, okay, I have like this number of like creatures that have like very low level of like low amounts of power because of like her gimmicky like deck build up, so she doesn't actually have the like strength to like fight it. But I think that what she's going
maybe like there's like an equip or artifact where it's like my tiny volleyer is equipped with the triple racket of fate or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's a dark volleyer.
Dark volleyer? Dark volley girl.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And what she's going to do is like she actually has a she's going to play a card volley, which actually is going to like the idea is if she can get do something right, then she'll be able to like use attack the thing multiple times with the same creature. The idea of just like, oh, I'm gonna volley like something back and forth and hit it multiple times to like do the same amount of damage each time.
I know exactly how to couch this logic. You play a card that's like, when I play volley, they get to attack for every tennis ball that has been hit this game or something.
Oh man, that would. I don't know if that card is good enough to be in April's, or it might be too good to be in April's deck, but sure, I'd love it.
I mean, good cards don't have to make any sense, really.
I still want to roll for something though. Do you think?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll to like bombard. I mean, I guess it's almost like just beat the odds,
bombard makes sense.
But yeah,
I was
think
actually thinking of scrap, but bombard actually makes more sense.
Because I think when you're playing this, your Eidolon is sort of manifesting in what your monsters are doing, so we can like use it in that sense. Even when it's not your literal Eidolon.
Yeah, that is a 6 + 2, 8.
8. Bombard. So that's hit your target, but you choose one. To make your shot, you have to move into danger. To hit the target, you hit the target, but your nerves are rattled, -1 forward, or your shot causes collateral damage. Choose any of those. I can totally see exactly how those would fit into the rules of a game.
I'm gonna move into danger. I think that either me physically, like, what if I'm caught unawares by something that like was watching the game, or Nero had a trick that he was saving for something, and I ended up falling into like what he was expecting, or like he ends up getting the jump on me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I do want to have that punishment be outside the game or in the game, because like there will be more story if it's not totally within the confines of the game itself. Okay. Oh, so you say move into danger, right? I think I have an idea. It's more. I think it would be more like danger moves onto you, where the shuffle game has almost caused like this fog that's around you to become like it feels more real. Like, because this game has like, you know, big illusions of monsters going back and forth, the things around it are sort of also affected by that realness. So all of a sudden, what before was like just this cheap fog machine fog is now like this like necrotic fog from all these like graves, and it has like a cackling dark essence to it, and it just like it is starting to like waft over your chair, and it's like getting hard to see, and you're starting to like cough from like just breathing in this fog. If you don't manage to finish this game quickly, you're gonna start taking damage like every time.
How are the people in the crowd faring from this?
I think for the most part they're sort of far enough away they don't get into the realness zone, but I think they are also probably like getting the sense that like, why is this fog building up so much? Is April okay? It's getting cold over here. I'm starting to hear more spooky noises, and they don't sound like cheap reproduced sound effects.
So I think that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Cassie?
Hey, Cassie was trying to warn me that I was muted. Apparently, I didn't realize. I was gonna say, Natalie's like, this isn't one of your Eidolons, is it? She accuses the other team.
No, this isn't us. This is just, I don't know. I guess the island does this. One of the kids, like the kid with Coke bottle glasses, looks over at Nero, and he's like, Nero, are you all right? And Nero's like has like his varsity jacket up over his mouth. He's like, I'm fine. I'm gonna finish this game. We're gonna stay in this.
I think Alice is trying to act stoically, but she is worried about Bossa Nova. She isn't that.
I like the idea of April looking over and like Alice looking worried, and April's like, oh, she's worried about me, and no, she's actually worried about Bossa Nova.
Yosef is just, I'm too hungover for this shit.
But you're now in a position where your monster has managed to, or your dark volley girl has managed to neutralize his astronomy wizard, but he still has a bit of health points left. But you're definitely on the front foot. But now he's like digging deep into his cards, and he like he fusion summons something. I have to make up cards on the fly. in his gimmick.
I think that while you're doing that, I think April's like in the chair, kind of like trying to waft the like smoke away from her with the tennis racket, just like waving it in front of her face to like try to clear the smoke. Like it's not doing much, honestly, but it's she's trying.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think he does a fusion summon to create the gravity collapse dragon, which is like this big, like sleek looking dragon with like a black hole in its chest, and this thing's gonna start just wailing on you every turn until your life points are gone. And Nero's like coughing behind his sleeve is like, nothing can defeat the gravity collapse dragon. And now it's your move.
Your move,
as the theme song says.
Like I think that she's like running out of options and ideas, and she's gonna like start looking toward the three her three friends to try to like get some like insight.
You look at your friends.
Oh. Believe in the heart of the cards.
Also, like, now, like, skeletal hands are starting to, like, pop out of, like, the battle area and grip for things nearby.
Oh, dang.
Actually, you know what? One of these skeletal hands, like, finds where you... Or, like, you have Mirror Force in front of you, right? You're waving the smoke away with it? Or just a tennis racket? Yeah, okay. But, one of these skeletal hands seems to be trying to, like, grab at Mirror Force, but it's not getting it right now, but it seems like these like forces are like looking for it.
I think that she's going to what she's going to do is like think, okay, I'm not going to be able to fight this monster head on, but what if I can go around it? And is going to play a card that lets her any racketeer creature that she has
attack life points directly.
Attack the life points directly by like hitting rebounding a ball on the court, basically to the other side past the monster.
Play like a card called like Far Volley or something that lets you volley an attack over a monster.
Yeah,
sniper volley
overhead.
Ooh, sniper volley like that.
Mm-hmm. The racket gets like a scope on it with like a laser point, like a laser sight.
Yeah. Do you think that this is Bombard again, or do you think
I feel like that's Bombard.
That is 5 + 2 is 7, just barely.
All right. That is, you still hit the target, but you must choose your shot causes collateral damage, or you hit the target but your nerves are rattled, or... And I want to say, since you're sort of sedentary and there's already danger, I'm not going to let you pick the move into danger. So either collateral damage or your nerves get rattled.
I mean, I can see your nerves being rattled just because you have skeletal hands trying to grasp your tennis racket.
I was actually I was trying to think isn't there an option for like losing ammo? But no, that's Dungeon World. I was hoping, or no, I don't know. I think that rattling my nerves makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think that is like the winning hit. That is like the winning hit. Neuro Collapse goes down, and he's like, no! And then like, you see like over his this referee with the red bow tie like does like a hand motion where he like points to you, and then all of a sudden above Nero Collapse's head you can see the image of like a yellow ticket, which just like suddenly vanishes, and then you can start to see like steam coming off of his deck, while
you get one of his cards.
While that's all like sort of happening, you're still like all the realistic effects from the duel start to vanish and returns to normal, but you're still like your nerves are rattled from having to deal with all of a sudden the undead started to come back in your duel. So yeah, you'll take -1 forward.
Was that even real? Did I win?
You can Nero's going, ow, he holds out the deck. It hurts. Take one, please. Oh God, like the deck is like steaming and sizzling in his hands.
Oh shit. And she's going to just draw one at random.
All right. You get Jupiter. You get Jupiter, the planet of mass. But when you get it, Jupiter. when it becomes your card, it like changes a little bit to like fit your style, and then like all of a sudden it's Jupiter but looks like a tennis ball, and it becomes Jupiter, the world of tennis.
The red spot like turns into like double rings around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
And then the deck stops steaming, and Nero's like, oh God, I didn't think it was gonna like suck like that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I mean, we gotta do the... Don't blame yourself. It's a tournament, and you're not out of the woods yet. I still got... we got teammates who want their share of the goods. And then, of course...
Losing always sucks, kid, but you'll get over it. Don't worry.
The tall girl teenager in response to Yosef saying that is like, oh yeah, do you want to, make a wager on that, old man?
Ooh, wager.
Oh, your powers were new and you still look like that? Damn, girl, shit.
That's rude.
Yeah, it is.
How about
it is? You want a duel? Hey, guess what?
Yeah, let's
I'm
throw
gonna
down,
take one of your
geezer.
cards. Let's duel.
Okay,
you want a duel?
Yeah,
let's do it. Sorry, I got a bit of a stutter.
Referee
Let's duel.
Referee guy, get back over here. We're doing another one.
Mr. Referee, get over here.
The referee comes back over and does the spiel where he's like, the duel is agreed upon. All parties will agree to the terms of defeat. And that same sort of graveyard field comes back up. And now it is Yosef versus the American duelist Torn Renewal.
Torn Renewal?
Yeah, it's her handle.
That's her handle.
All
It's
right,
a gamer tag.
In this world, gamer tags become your first and last name for some reason.
Well, Torn, looks like you're gonna live up to your first name once I'm through with you.
I'm gonna slam the door in your face. And now we're going to go to, I want you to give me like a beat the odds for like however you think you want to try to beat her for like, or like to start this game to see how it starts.
Okay.
And so that can be a beat the odds plus whatever stat you think fits your style of play.
Let me see. Beat the odds with Right, hold on. 4, 6 total. I'm gonna say can I use power?
Yeah, if you just have big beater cards, like if you just like want to play your big boss monster.
Oh
card
yeah. I wanted to
that's your
drop.
pow.
Yeah. I wanted so 8 total.
All right, so
I summon Grap Locked in grapple position, and Arc 170. I then put 2 cards face down.
All right. So yeah, and that's something goes wrong. So it's going to be sort of every time. Neuroclaps doesn't seem to play like a lot of these like monster cards. They play these like they're not Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They sort of look a little more niche and fancy looking. They have like a very fancy back, which I'm going to post.
What the fuck is this gonna be?
I'm trying to think of what kind of card is like super fancy.
Or it's almost more like just eccentric, but also like in a sort of cool way. Let me put it in the chat. They look like this. And I'll put it in the...
Ooh, I don't recognize
fancy
this at all.
cards.
I don't know if it's the same thing.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like meme on me.
Oh, I can't just copy an image into chat. That's right, I have to copy an image.
Looks pretty cool.
And she is playing cards that seem to like evoke magical rituals and stuff that are like sort of stopping your bigger, stronger monsters. And you also notice that sometimes on her, when she's looking at her hand, she is like, you see like for a brief moment she's like moving something around, and it seems like whenever it also just sort of seems like she has like the step, she's a one step ahead of you at all times. Also, she has to play resources for her game, for her cards.
Oh, resources.
Yeah, she has like little cards on the field she has to tap. So how are you trying to deal with her evasive spells?
I have Arc 170 activate its S-foil ability, and so that it can attack 2 targets instead of just 1 per turn, and I use it to attack 2 of her resource cards.
Yeah. Roll to scrap.
Ooh, good. Okay, 6, 8, and then yeah, that'd be 2, 10 total.
10 total. Dang.
Yep.
Choose one of the following. You create an opportunity for your allies, which wouldn't really make sense, but well, in a way. Or you impress.
I'm gonna say I take control of the situation.
That's the only one that like really works, I guess. There, but yeah, you beat her. I'm trying to think of how you, because like I guess like when you're winning in a card game, you always sort of get control of the situation. I'm trying to think of like how to get that a little more special. You manage to like, yeah, you destroy her resources, which basically means like these like fancy spell cards. She can't play them or use their like effects because they're like, you know, cards they have to play for. But she's gonna like, she's on the back foot now, but she's like playing that back up a bit. And also while she's managing to sort of like after that sort of development, she's still managing to like sort of just like barely hold you off. And every once in a while, behind you, you hear what sounds like a door opening and closing.
Oh.
Wait a second. Right behind me?
Sort of behind you.
Do we see anything, or is it just a sound that
we should be able to?
Well, I mean, when you turn around, you just see like there's a mausoleum there. Do you want to roll to investigate?
Oh my god, genius idea. Okay, so I'm gonna activate transmission gear. So I do my little transformation. Transmission gear. But then I want to switch into paper mode and cover my have like a big screen of metal right behind me.
Is this the master plan?
Yeah, I guess make this reveal your master plan. Yeah, reveal your master plan. It's a roll plus genius.
Okay. Alright, 6, 8, okay. Then that is genius, right? So 9 total.
Dang, you have 3 genius? Or
no, wait. I just rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8 and got 9. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so 9 total.
So 9. What's that one? Some complication leads to a delay in the plan's execution. Okay, so I will say that sort of causes like what's behind you to it sort of reveals something that's going on to you, but doesn't fix it all the way. When you have transmission gear out trying to block behind you, there's like a little door, or like a little thing on transmission gear to like let you get in at the innards to theoretically fix it, even though it's an Eidolon. Like there's just like a little hatch that opens up to see the mechanics inside. When you're just playing one turn, that little hatch suddenly opens and then like closes again suddenly.
Whoa.
I thought that door sounded strange. Tell me about your Eidolon, Torn.
Well, we're in a match, and I don't really terribly see why I have to tell you anything about my Eidolon. As I can see, yours is apparent. It's some sort of big metal arms.
Not just the arms. It's all I felt like doing right now.
Tell her.
Well, anyways,
All right.
well, since your spells are still down, I'm going to send Graplock to use close combat directly upon your health points.
All right, give me another scrap. Scrap, but like take a -1. Take a -1 because of circumstances.
Okay. Okay. That was a 5, but I'm going to say it's a 4. And that's 11 total.
Oh, a 5 and a 4?
Yeah, I got a 5 and a 4 plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay. 11? Or, well, with -1.
Yeah, I already I rolled 2 5s.
5?
I subtracted 1.
Oh, okay.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's just you said it kind
9,
of weird.
So 11.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
gotcha. Oh, yeah. Then roll. You don't got to come out.
Roll damage.
Yeah, just roll. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Somebody say cleanly.
Yeah.
What is
this
damage for this?
A scrap result.
Would that just be?
Yeah,
like,
then
what,
again. Oh well. Again, because like scrap is like sort of like a weird way of putting this. You're more just sort of like you are just sort of pushing yourself along the damage track of beating her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
between impress, surprise, or intimidate and take control of the situation.
yeah. I guess yeah. Do you think any of those would like? I can make any of those work if you are interested in either.
Let's see. Let's do surprise because I don't because like taking control against boring. Like let's say it's
yeah, I think actually if you want yeah.
a surprise. Yeah, let's go surprise.
I think when you do surprise her, she takes the hit and like Yu-Gi-Oh style, the hit sort of hurts her, and she like drops a card out of her hand, and as it's falling, you see that like the card at first looks like an open door that closes and then flattens out into a card.
Hmm.
And now
Is that card her Eidolon?
and then okay, and now I gotta give her a chance to respond to you because she's taken some beatings. I'm gonna set the field for her. She starts to like use like her meager but recovering resource pool to play these cards, which are just doors that start to like encircle the field because her card game doesn't have a limit of 5, so she's just like playing these cheap door cards that are like they open up and just like slap your monsters with like a little hit. So they're just like all these doors are circling around your monsters and then opening to hit them. Like in Hellboy 2 when he gets beaten up by the
the lockers.
Yeah.
So what? It's just like a ton of like low attack monsters.
Yeah, and they all look like doors.
And they all look like doors. Okay. Well, I'm going to use Arc 170's S-Foil's ability to attack 2 of the doors.
Is that like how does Arc 170 attack? Does it like shoot lightning or is it?
It's got like oh no, it's a Star Wars chip.
It's a Arc 1.
I'm pretty sure it's got a card somewhere. Let me see.
I mean, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, but I want to know if it's.
Like
It's from Star Wars.
Which movie or show or
It's from
whatever?
It's from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's like the clone starfighter, and there's
Oh,
So roll
Yeah,
a
roll.
bombard because it's shooting missiles or something.
yeah, blasting. All right, 4, 9 so far, and then bombard is with
Elegance. It's the
elegance.
next one.
Yeah. So 8.
8. All right. You still hit your target, but you must choose one of the following: cause your shot to move into danger. You hit the target, but nerves are rattled, or your shot causes collateral damage.
Let's say. You know what causes collateral damage?
Okay. The thing is that your starfighter's blasts are designed to destroy something way worse than a door. So it like goes clean through them, and then like hits one of the bigger like stone buildings in the back of the graveyard, which causes it to like start collapsing.
Oh shit!
Then the living dead begin to walk out of.
All right. Well, we better wrap this card game up soon.
is it still part of the game?
I
Probably.
I think this is something to do with the tournament itself. I don't think this is part of the game. I think this tournament's a lot more serious than we thought, April.
I've always been taking it seriously.
Life or death serious, Alice. Life or death serious.
Card games are life or death.
Yeah, and don't forget, Horn's cards are on the line.
Actually, I think with that damage you deal to the doors, I think Torn Renewal is defeated. You did a pretty big number to her. I think just defeating these enemies did like enough like overlapping damage to get her down because she'd already like crashed twice. So
I was like really ready to yell like Arc 170 no, or whatever, but then all right, cool.
You should roll first then.
yeah,
I should've
rolled very
like-
good and just beat the
It's
crap
the-
out of her.
It's the good luck, baby. Woo! Anyways, so Dorn,
And then so yeah, her deck starts to also sizzle, and she like sets it down to get away from it, and she's even like, oh, how is it still hot? And she like sits down in like the wet grass and just sort of starts walking back and forth, or like rocking back and forth. She's like, take one from out of there, please, take one from out of there.
Well, I don't want one of your crummy resource cards that I can't even use. What's the best card Torn has?
Whatever. Virtual. I gotta think of a. I was just gonna say like, cause well, it doesn't matter.
I just take Torn's most powerful spell card, and then I tell her, I'm never gonna use this.
Yeah, that's like the thing is like it's like you get like some sort of card that's like a doors themed spell card, and then it changes to fit whatever the theme of your deck is, which I think is machines or something.
It's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get you get the spell of robot doors now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The sighing doors from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, I'm done.
And then but the building behind this duel, most things have moved back to place. That thing is still destroyed, and these undead that were pouring out now sort of fall down and reveal to have been like animatronics that were a little overzealous with the energy of the duel. But there is still now this destroyed structure, and you there is a fire breaking out.
It wasn't me.
And Nero collapses and his crew are like, I think we should book it. I don't want to get That's not. Let's go. Let's go to the theme park. This place is weird. And the game.
I thought you guys were going to take us down.
We'll get you somewhere else.
What a bunch of third-rate duelists.
Hell yeah.
Third rate, 8th rate, I'd say.
And through the sort of like through the flames of this like destroyed amusement park attraction, you see like within this shell looks like some sort of like service tunnel.
Is that something that we should? Does it look like we should probably go down the service tunnel to get away from this fire?
Well, you'd have to go through the fire to get it, and it also says employees only.
I was misunderstanding the layout then.
Now,
well, I'm here to win the tournament, so we're not going into the employees only zone.
After
Can we, like, easily put this fire out? We have like probably 3 people that could do it.
April just like waves mirror force back and forth in front of her, like I don't think it's doing anything.
Okay, well, perhaps our portal
Can't
person?
redirect the wind.
No, she tries like redirecting whatever breeze she can. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I'm not even
Portal's-
gonna roll for that. That
ocean.
doesn't. But
Natalie, you can make a hole in the above it, and then just put the exit of the hole into the ocean.
Yeah, I was
ocean
kind of thinking
motherfucker.
something like that actually already.
yeah,
But I
Right.
was going to ask if we're near a body of water because my Eidolon doesn't have to touch it.
you're near. You are near the. You're still sort of in this area where the shore is not too far away.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. I'll take it. I'll put it up with water.
All right, roll beat the odds. Either genius or biz to just use your Eidolon.
Definitely biz.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 8.
All right. So something goes wrong.
Oh no! I kind of thought like one thing that might go wrong already is just that like it's the ocean, which doesn't really like
Doesn't like.
it wouldn't really empty, right? Like it won't stop unless I close it. So I was thinking like maybe just the water just keeps coming, and I'm
Yeah,
like, oh god, close the portal, close the portal, close the portal.
That is definitely the portal is open a little too long, and you can see that it is starting to fill into this like little service tunnel,
Oh no!
and eventually, I think eventually you like manage to close it, but then just like through some force of like the water starting to sink causes like bubbles to come up and push something out of this tunnel, and all of a sudden you just see this lady clutching a wide-brimmed hat in like a golden long jacket with a similarly golden hat with like indigo ring, not like rings, you know, like how like a poker chip has like those little lines around the edge of it. She has that in indigo on her like golden hat, and she gets pushed out of this service tunnel and is now sort of just like on the floor, sort of out of it, and like
You're
you're not sure how her condition is.
I would like to run up to her and be like, I'm so sorry, are you okay?
You sort of get the sense that she's like struggling to breathe a little bit and might need like some help getting to.
I'd like to help her.
Go right to the rescue.
April's gonna be there, but not really know what to do. She's not a first aid specialist.
Yeah, I don't think this necessarily requires a roll. I think she's not like in super bad condition. She wasn't like underwater for a long time, but she got like tossed by this like sudden wave of water that pushed her out of the tunnel, and she like rolls over onto like her back, and you see that like in the breast of her jacket there's just like there is like a golden handle of a gun with like an ivory whatever the grip of a gun is called, just poking tenderly out of her jacket. And then when she like opens up her eyes, she's like, excuse me, who do I owe the pleasure to?
I'm Natalie. I'm sorry about the water.
You don't work for O'Shell, right? You're one of the gamers.
We are all gamers, yes.
Yes.
Well,
In a matter of speaking.
I can't say well, thank you for the resuscitation. I will be on my way now. And she affixes her hat, and she just very rudely begins to sort of step off. And she's like, also she turns around and says like, "I was supposed to be there. Don't tell anyone about that."
Okay.
I think April's just kind of like leaning as far as she can to like sneak a peek into the service tunnel without without looking, like walking over to it, I guess.
There is like someone is like coming up, crawling out of this service tunnel, soaked in water, and it looks like one of the black-suited security agents, and he has like his hands bound together and like a white strip of cloth around his mouth, gagging him.
I don't think she would.
Damn, y'all have fun here.
April's going to straighten up and look straight forward and not say anything. Like, nope, I did not just see that. Did not just see that.
I'm gonna look down to the guy and be like, "Hey, buddy, I've been there too."
The guy.
Should we not help him?
No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Look at him. He's fine. He's all right.
He's like trying to get like the walkie-talkie off his waistband with like his hands tied together.
Yeah, nobody help
all
him.
over the island. He'll be fine.
Yeah, nobody help him. He's fine. He can do this. He's a big boy.
And did the woman who we resuscitated just walk away?
You can't see her unless you want to give me investigate roll.
I guess April will just look around for her then. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you want to give an investigate.
Which is a 6 -1 for -1 forward. I'm gonna fail at this. Good thing I have investigate to roll whenever I want to get some XP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab the guy's walkie-talkie.
All right.
That seems a bit unnecessary.
I want you. I guess roll scrap +1 because he's gonna not try to let you, but he is bound together. You know what?
Hey,
+2.
four.
+2.
actually-
9. Oh, okay, so...
Because he's really fucked.
13.
Yeah, you get it.
13.
You manage to
yeah.
like. He's like
What
going.
are you doing, Joseph?
And I say,
So-
thank you.
What do we even need that for?
And then I activate the walkie-talkie. Say, this is security guard by subtunnel 297B. How's everybody's day?
Setting up the staging area is a pain. Over.
I think that the failed
need any-
investigation, the
Sorry.
failed investigation that I rolled. The question that I want to ask is, what complications should I be wary of to get a bad answer? And I think that the answer is going to come out of this walkie-talkie call, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm assuming these things are sort of happening parallel, so I don't want
Of
it
course.
to necessarily impact what you're doing because I think I can give you something. So-
I was just like looking for ways that we could have something bad happen to us, and because Joseph just like went like plowed ahead and did this, I feel like the complication is going to come from there.
So what complication should you be wary of? Somewhere there is a gun trained on you.
Oh my
Oh.
god! April has no idea. So
And I
I
think
think she's going to be like trying to pull everyone else. Like, I think I don't think this is for us to like deal with. We probably need to go.
and also like the way you pick up on that is like almost like a sniper duel, like just out of the corner of your eye, you just get the sense of like this very golden gleam that's coming across, but every time you look for it, it goes away after a second. And so now
so
Yosef,
but
what are your... Oh, yeah.
that would be like that would prompt April to like just like start physically pulling them out of this like area to try to move on.
Oh, I'm just gonna like... I'm gonna throw on transmission gear as self protection. But I still want to like talk on the radio.
All right, so yeah, what we got.
Do you guys need any help setting up stage? Over.
Nah, we're fine. I'd rather you keep an eye on the on these on all the participants of the tournament. I can only assume that with whatever weird things they're getting up to. O'Shell told us, they're like performers or stuntmen or something. We should just expect some problems. So keep an eye on them. Over.
Stuntman. Stuntman. This shit gets weirder every damn day. They're always throwing stuff onto us like this. It's totally crazy. Over.
Also, did a fire alarm go off in your area? Over.
Yeah, it was just some fucking asshole pulled the damn lever. I took care of it.
Gotcha. I'll cancel the request to have maintenance come look at it. We'll get someone to replace the little ink cartridges next week because.
That's great. Yeah. So what were they thinking, packing all these damn teenagers onto one fucking island? God damn.
Especially because since O'Shell never wants to take down her dumb publicity projects.
I like the idea is as Yosef is like having this conversation, April's just like he's standing stock still and April's pushing him, like making like a huge like line in the dirt as like he's just still like being pushed forward.
April, do we got somewhere we gotta be? I didn't know what the hell's going on here.
Yes, not here. I think we should leave.
All right. Jeez, you just gotta say something. You don't gotta push me like this. You're gonna scuff my boots.
There's another. The walkie-talkie starts to. Whatever. What's the word for what a walkie? It buzzes again as you start to hear someone's trying to ask a question.
Well, I pull it up to my ear and I. Can you repeat that last statement? Over.
You said you're at service entrance, I-76G or whatever you said. The one you're at.
Yeah. What about it?
You're near were you in the room for Cash 15?
Cash 15. No, I was actually right across. I was actually right across the hall from Cash 15.
I want you to roll to dazzle.
I just don't even know why we're doing this. I don't understand. Like,
chaos.
Why are we not helping the security guy?
Spying on the security so we can figure out what the hell's going on. Like, okay, 4.
Like, April's like just
bam.
walking. Oh.
You said glamour is what I'd be wrong. I got a 10 total.
So okay, 2d6 plus 0 was 10?
Yeah.
Alright, well, because that's good enough. Yeah, you convinced them, like, alright, just keep an eye on that. O'Shell doesn't really mind when those things get she doesn't care about our paychecks that much, but I'd like to make sure all those funds stay safe.
I hear you. It's the money's why I'm here. Over.
Not like any one person can move all that junk anyway. Over. And they don't seem to be interested in calling back unless you have something else you want to say.
No, I don't think I have anything else to say to that guy. Did I blow up a ton of money? Oh, girls. I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good at all, actually. I need to lie down.
Lady stealing all that money, though? Like, is that what she was doing there?
I mean, I don't know. She seemed like she was wearing a ton of money.
Or, I'm not going to be asking questions because that's not my business. I'm just going to keep walking. We're going to keep walking this way.
We're just going to keep playing the tournament, playing the card game.
Oh, God. What if I blew up the tournament money?
Well, the guy said, like, cash 5, so I'm sure that means, like, there are at least 4 others of equal value.
Yeah, cash 15. So there's maybe maybe at least 14 other caches.
All right. And so which way you guys?
I feel a little better now.
Gotcha.
We are not robbing. I'm saying that right now, Yosef. We are not robbing anybody.
Hey, look. All I'm saying, I don't need to rob. What's to worry about robbing? I'm gonna get that money anyways.
April flashes the Jupiter card and it's like, we kind of are robbing people.
That's an ante. That's different, I think.
All right. And so we're so which way were you guys walking now?
Yeah, April. Which way?
I think that April would have pushed us, So the angel-looking symbol was just to this like graveyard, like spooky area, right?
There's a little like villagey, towny area over there, which you also get a sense that people have maybe started to convene there. But your would-be opponents decided to flee it back more towards the area where the crossing went to other areas.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave them alone and just go towards the town. Push everyone that way.
All right, you go towards the town.
Yeah, let's see who's in town.
You go towards the town, and.
But do you think that this might be a good time to take a quick break?
Yeah, we can take a quick break. I was actually gonna like not go for too much longer, but there was one more scene I wanted to set up, but we can take a quick break now.
Okay, we can set up.
I think both works. Like we'll take a quick break, and then it'll only be like one more scene. I'm thinking before we call it a night. But the scene might go on for a bit because there's stuff. Not to say too much, but so yeah, take a break now. I will also go to the bathroom. We'll pause our music. My hair's messed up. Be right back, crew. I'm back. Whenever y'all are ready.
Back.
Maybe while we're waiting, I can set up some of the shots for people's characters here.
Boop 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 boop.
Yeah, we won't go too much longer. I'm thinking like maybe 10:30 at the latest, and then I think we'll be. Oh yeah, I wish I made. Oh, I should use the. Where to put the transparent versions? So I'm trying to put the character shots on the screen while we're waiting for everyone to get back. I think those are. I know they're in the Dropbox. Where did I? Don't I have them? Oh, maybe they just don't work with.
Are they PNGs or JPEG? Or they have to be PNGs
Well, they would have
for
been
the
PNGs, which maybe don't work with our friend
with
our friend Streamlabs for some reason.
OBS? Oh, Streamlabs, not OBS.
Well, I mean, I think they use the same sort of backend, but I feel like they do. Yeah, no, I have transparent shots. Yeah, I just. Either way, I'll figure it out later.
Okay, I'm ready whenever.
Cool. Migley,
I'm
are
also
you there?
ready.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. You enter, you approach the sort of courtyard area of the little haunted, Sleepy Hollow ass town that's here. And, oh, messed up the thingy. Okay. You can see that in the little courtyard here, people have come together to watch a match, and which is apparently already ended. During your little kerfuffle, there was a duel between a certain Cassili Theodora and Victor Amar. And
Oh no!
who apparently just went right at it out the gate, and you can see slumped over, kneeling on the ground, is Victor, whose deck is sitting on the ground in front of him, just sort of like sizzling. And he's like, well, Cassili got me again. I'm not gonna lie about that. And Cassili, like along this like cobblestone floor, like her fucking high heel boots just clop, clop, clop forward, and just like reaches down and like picks up like the first card of the deck. And she like turns it around a couple times in her hand, and it's Labyrinth Wall.
And is Eidolon?
And Cassili's like, I don't know why you have a certain affinity for these, these big blockers. I just don't see what they add to your strategy, Victor. And Victor's like, you should really, Cassili, you don't need that one. I got like a Millennium Shield in there too. That's basically better. And Cassili's just like, no, I think it's just better if I take care of this one. And Cassili takes the Labyrinth Wall and rips it in half. And Victor,
Natalie's mad.
Victor feel like he clutches his chest, and he starts breathing heavily, but he's like still steady on his knees. And Cassili's like, try harder next time. I'm really not here for I'm not here for showmanship. I think your little friendly antics are trite. Come back with a real strategy. And she just walks off. And Victor Amar goes over to the shredded Labyrinth Wall and like takes it in his hands, and he reacts to it for a bit, like it's still hot. And the referee with the bow tie is like standing over him still, and is just saying like, that card's not yours anymore. Please adhere to the rules of the tournament. And Victor's just like, I don't think you want. No, please. You gotta understand. You're like this too, right? And what do y'all do? Cassili is still like visibly like she's walking away, but she's doing it like casually, like she wants people to see her leave the room.
Right. I think Alice would just yell like, Cassili, I challenge you to a duel.
Yes.
Cassili stops, and she swivels on her heel, and she like looks over. She like does like that like cocky look over her shoulder. She's like, Alice, coming up from the Bronze League, eh?
Yeah, and I'm ready to take you down.
You have a very inspiring lot here. It really does my heart good to see new blood in the game. I can't be number one forever, after all. And she's starting to like walk towards you, and the referee is still sort of gazing over Victor, but when he hears that you challenged Cassili, he looks up, and then all of a sudden Victor is able to like grab his card and it doesn't hurt anymore, and he like gets Labyrinth Wall sort of back together. And
I think Natalie probably goes into Victor's side and asks if he's okay too during this, but it's not important. It's just kind of background.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
like Victor's like, yeah, it's just like he's like shaking his head like he's rattled. And yeah, Cassili and Alice, you're like, I don't know why I'm addressing Cassili, she's me. You're like sort of slowly approaching. She doesn't go quite toe to toe with you, but she like takes a strong stance a few feet away from you. Her entourage is nearby, looking over the scene. And
Don't make any mistake. Unlike my companion here, I don't care what you did then. I just want to fight you.
Well, I suppose if you're gonna get knocked out of the tournament, you might as well, aim for the head. And she actually takes, I think she has a dual disc. I think Cassili has like a physical thing that she like whips out on her arm, like it looks like a bulky bracelet, and then it unclasps and rolls out in these like sort of like metallic fettles that like looks like a sort of like a Art Deco coffee table, but she can like put her cards on it. And also
it's like attached to her wrist? That seems uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, it's has a bulky hold and it goes out and she has to keep it level. It's sort of like when she puts her deck into like the mechanism on her arm, and you get the sense that like if a card was on it, it would just stick to it no matter if she was like moving her arm around. And the referee, who is an Eidolon called Mr. Referee, because there's a Mr. Referee card in the Metabots card game, so I went with that.
Hell yes!
Doesn't he like hovers over this battle, but he doesn't like say anything, and he doesn't get acknowledged by Cassili. Does anyone want to like dredge the undertow real quick?
Yeah, love doing that shit. That's my jam. I got 12.
12. Okay, Cassili does.
I can't roll bad. It sucks. I'll never level up.
Cassili does not have an Eidolon. She has no Eidolon whatsoever. In fact, her heart feels so empty. It's almost like she doesn't have a soul.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Alice about to fight a robot.
I imagine that like Natalie like physically like gets like it's like she took like a hit where she's like
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't it's like there's nothing there.
Do you like Natalie, how loud do you say that?
Probably loud enough for like at least Victor and like the nearby people here, but
you're not saying that at like Cassili. You're just like telling it to your group.
No, I'm kind of like saying it to people around us. Like I'm not
it's Nebula's like anime reaction space where like all the people who are like on the outside of the duel are able to talk to each other and not necessarily interact with the duelists.
All right.
Like I even mentioned like maybe like she recoils and you ask her what's wrong, and she goes like I tried to see if she had an Eidolon and she doesn't have anything. Like nothing's there, like kind of thing.
Nothing?
It's like she doesn't have a soul.
What kind of person are we fighting here?
And Cassili is now just
Robot.
like, well, Alice, it's your move. And
I like that view.
And I will also say, because she doesn't have an Eidolon of her own, theoretically, you could use your Eidolon however you wanted, because she wouldn't be able to see it.
Alice would not cheat.
All right, so I want you to give me a beat the odds in however way you want to try to start this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be with POW. Also, for for Grand Shuffle, you can like mix and match card.
Oh, absolutely. You don't have to
card
do just one
games in your
card.
deck.
Yeah, you can pull from whatever.
All right, so I think
Also,
I'm
has
gonna
make up
do
cards.
Also, I sort of want to say, I do sort of want to say, just because she's Cassili, and I can't set like a DC in this game, but I might say because of her skill, I might say like this is like -1.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Just so she's not like as easy as everyone else. Like just like for these, it's like -1 to the rolls.
Yeah.
Or well, like I guess like I can determine if you win or not anyway. Like maybe it has to just be more successes, but I'll say -1 just so that, because that means instead of having it be a whole bunch of rolls, it'll just be more difficult rolls.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be rolling.
I do find it very funny that like the general rule is if you don't have an Eidolon, you have a +1 against them, but because it's card games and she's just so badass at card games, it doesn't affect.
And also,
the opposite.
Alice isn't using her Eidolon, so it doesn't get the bonus there anyway.
True.
I do forget about that
I
bonus sometimes.
think I might actually re-roll that 1 I just got. I got a 7 total, but I might just want to do that.
All right, go for it.
Do it. How are you pushing yourself?
You mulligan, because it's the start of the game.
Something like that.
I think that even makes sense. Like you mulligan, like you just put your hope in it, and if
I got another 1. Okay, so that's just a 7.
All right.
God damn.
All right, 7 total.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think when the duel starts, I yell, "Stand up, the Vanguard! Battle Maiden Amedo Hoakari!"
Oh, also, I will say I'm hearing a bit of echo on Cassie right now.
Oh shit! I'll mute.
Just a heads up. It's not like a big bummer, but like I just figured I'd tell you.
It was a cool effect for that big declaration.
Yeah, it was though. All right, so yeah, you get this big. Because I guess that's like 7 to 9, so something goes wrong, but or I guess actually, or well, because this is a special sort of beat the odds. It doesn't. You're not gonna totally succeed anyway. It's just like the start of the match. So you do have like. You managed to make like a good start. You get like you get your monster out in the field. Cassili is like playing her cards close to the chest. And she has like just like an extravagant smorgasbord of cards. Like your monster does pretty good against like her Silver Hawk Maiden. But it does, however, get beaten by her Jack of Spades.
Okay.
But otherwise, the field is still pretty neutral. So, right now, she is using, like, the rules of Grand Shuffle against you in a way where it's like, well, you might have a strong monster, but maybe if I get the right poker cards, then that's going to be the end of you.
All right, I summon the 3-headed Zemea, and then I activate Falsified Head Count to double the heads on my Zemea to be 6 heads.
All right, yeah, do that, yeah.
Then I activated Special Effect to, with my attack, I add a Poison counter to Cassili.
Poison, she is Infect, gotcha. All right, which means that would be like 6 poison counters if she gets hit. So then, roll Bombard.
With 6 poison counters a hit, that means that you can win in just 2 hits. Alex can do this.
What are my stats? 7 plus 2. Okay, so that's a 9.
Is that with the -1?
Oh, then that's an 8.
That's an 8, yeah. So 8 Bombard. Still hit your target, but you must do one of the following. To make your shot, you have to move into danger, hit the target, but nerves are rattled, or your shot causes collateral damage.
I think I would move into danger.
Move into danger. All right. I'm trying to think of like what's the most fun way to like have the cards put you in danger. All right. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to pull my card knowledge out to see like what sort of interesting stuff.
Maybe she's got a trap card or
like
something.
Yeah, like I guess like that's like the easy answer. But yeah, a trap card totally makes sense. Of just like, oh, you know what it is? It's like some sort of trap card that is like splits the damage you would have done back at you. Like it's a half mirror force, or maybe it's like it's like called scatter force, where it like takes those poison counters you would have been dealing, and it like divides them evenly across the map. So like you and your opponent both take 1, and now but also your poison-headed monster is also now poisoned and is like it's like for some reason it's like the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in season 1 where individual heads were dying. The extra like 4 poison counters like brings it down to 2 heads.
Wasn't that literally Crush Card virus?
Yeah, sort of.
That's good.
All right, and then she plays like she's playing like a lot of draw cards. Like she plays Pot of Greed, and what is clearly like a deck of playing card like goes into her hand, and she pulls out like a Joker, and she's like Joker Wilds, and then she like hands a card. She hands like a Hearts card over to you. Like she says, "Take this. This is for Hearts rules. So this is 2 points against you."
I love this.
But she is like, so you slowly get the sense that like all of the like dual monsters cards and magic cards are leaving her hand, and it is slowly just becoming like more and more particular like playing cards. And you get the sense that like without even needing to like read her poker face, she has like almost a winning hand.
So like she's doing Exodia, but it's a full house.
But it's like it's like a royal flush.
That's incredible.
All right, so what do you do about that?
First, I ride the Vanguard, Mythic Stake, Jormungand, and to power up my field. And then I play the card, Infected Hand, to make her discard cards for every poison counter she has.
Oh shit!
Nice!
Dang, she like grimaces and she gets rid of like some card that like, you know, if it was like a straight flush, losing anything is bad. So she like has to like discard like the Jack of Diamonds or something.
And let's just completely counter that strategy. I think is she gonna pull this out?
And now so what is I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm thinking she starts to, you see that like she sort of starts to pivot as she starts to like enact some like different game rule where she's like she's like pulling out like Keyforge cards where you have to like draw up to a certain number of cards at the end of your turn, and then is like using a rule to like discard those. But then she uses that opportunity to like play I want to say she plays like Mayhem from Slay the Spire, which is just a card that makes you play the top card of your deck every turn. Like she backed the Kickstarter and she got the board game version of it early. And so now it's just like every turn something just like totally wacky is coming out on field. Like there's a petite dragon, there's a dark magician there. It's just like every turn just something is just like some beater is coming out of her deck, and like also magical hats are there.
Just love the idea of forging a key from Keyforge and it just like not really knowing what to do with it.
Yeah, now she has 6 amber, so she forges a key at the end of her turn. Also, you're getting hacked because she played a Netrunner card too.
I was about to ask about Netrunner.
All right. Yeah, there's like a hacker going on a run towards your like your only server is like your deck, so she's gonna like hack your deck next turn. What do you do?
Ooh, that's tough. I play Acidic Swamp to start destroying cards played from the deck. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
You could probably put Crush Card Virus on the hacker coming into your deck.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I'll place Crush Card Virus on one of my weak cards.
All right, yeah. And so I guess that will be like however that would work
that
with
be
your
a master
Eidolon.
plan?
I'm trying to think what sort of role. I guess master plan would make sense because it's like the idea is that you're sending it back to infect your deck.
What?
It's either that or maybe vanish to hide it.
Oh yeah, vanish would also work.
Okay, yeah, vanish.
Yeah. So yeah, roll plus Ellie. And I guess +1 because she doesn't have an Eidolon. Or well, I guess neutralize because she's very good at the game. Or well, no, this is just for vanishing. So you get the +1 still because she doesn't have an Eidolon.
Okay, that's an 8.
All right, so you get to, and that's
So I have
hold one.
One hold, and I guess I'll spend that move to activate Crush Card Virus.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
actually using
Just like
your
the card.
Eidolon or like the card?
It's both.
It's just the card.
I'm imagining
Okay.
because she doesn't have the actual card in her hand, it's like suddenly doing the thing as well.
Sure. I'm just trying to think of like because she said she wasn't going to use her Eidolon during the match. So, but yeah.
And so yeah, Crush Card Virus will. Man, we're just playing Calvin Ball right now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! In the way that the show handles it, plus a whole bunch of other card game bullshit that we're putting in. I love it.
Because I just want to give like
Truncating
before
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels.
the other one sort of followed a logic, but I do just want to give this idea that that Cassili can play 50 games at once, and that's why she's winning.
Yeah, and I love her.
Right. And then so she like
This soulless bitch.
so that's all the ones that like all the monsters with 1500 attack or more. So yeah, so now like her monsters are like gone, and she sort of catches on to like something weird occurred because she's like, that's the effect of Crush Card Virus, but I'm not sure of a card that does that without the sacrifice. That's an interesting play there, Alice.
I think Alice didn't even realize she was doing it. She just got heated the moment, and now she's like, I didn't mean to cheat. Oh, fuck.
I think that April notices this like hesitation in Alice, like it says, "Don't worry, you can still pull this out. It doesn't matter." Like not trying to give away that she was cheating, but like trying to reassure her because April knows that feeling.
Mm-hmm. She plays a card that she draws out a card that shouldn't have fit in her deck. It's physically taller than the other cards. And she plays a card that doesn't have any attack points because it's the tarot card, the Tower. And now just all of a sudden bad things are happening to your side of the field, just like your monsters are suffering like misery and like falling apart. And like you have to like discard some cards from your deck just like seemingly randomly as they were foretold by the card. And she like and then she like points it towards herself and reverses it, and she gets a whole bunch of health points back.
Well, geez. Okay, I think I play Uncurl the Snake on my my Vanguard to summon all of the other cards I put into that it's standing on top of, and now I fill the field with all of my serpents to all attack at once.
All right, roll scrap. I'm guessing they're just sort of beating on her.
That is, am I still? Oh wait, no, that's a 10, and then +1 and then -1, so that's 10.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, choose one of the following with no damage track. Create an opportunity for your ally, which like first person. I guess like the thing is that's hard because it's a card game where you can't.
None of my allies are here.
We're not playing a double
with me.
So yeah,
I think I'm going to impress her.
We could do a double at some point. All right, yeah, impress her, and she's
One
like,
thing I could think of that allies could do is like, I don't know, like somehow cheer on would like have an effect.
I think that
Like
creating an opportunity would probably come in if we were like having to do like a B plot at the same time to like like if there was a complication that we're trying to stop, but it doesn't. It looks like this is just a straightforward game.
because that was actually something I was considering, where I was thinking like before that we
Like-
could have multiple duels going on at once, but I wasn't sure how one would go, so I decided to just do one at a time.
Well, like I'm just thinking of like scenes in Yu-Gi-Oh where like
Mhm.
Joey's like, "I'm gonna lose. I'm suck so much," and then Yugi's like, "Don't give
Don't,
up,
you gotta hold
Joey."
on.
So I'm like, I want to. Can we roll like help?
I think
I
if
think
you
that we
like,
could roll
if
help
you're
in a way.
rolling, yeah, if you're rolling with Bizarre, which is Heart of the Cards, I think you can be aided because other people's like Heart of the Card energy will work with that.
Okay.
But like I just imagine like in a situation where like having to go behind the scenes to like, oh, what is this, like if there's like a trick or something to the person that they're fighting, and having to like investigate behind the scenes in order to give her the information she needs, like that would be the part where we'd like need an opportunity.
Yeah.
Or you could also aid if you were like sort of cheating with her, but yeah. But like that's like the idea. That's a a more unscrupulous idea. But okay, since this is getting estranged, I'm gonna give you something sort of physical to fight here, which is, well, I guess you already crush carded virused her, so it's got to be. She has like a relinquish. She has like a 0 attack monster that equips your like Snake Vanguard to it, and then it becomes its power.
Does she say anything from the Impress, Surprise, or Frighten? Of
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right. I forgot about
attack?
the impress. Yeah, I think honestly, like her impress is just like her raises her eyebrows and nods.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
makes sense.
I guess you know what? I'm having a bit of fun. I think we should play on. I'll play on your field, and then she summons Relinquish and takes one of your Vanguard and uses it to make the Relinquish more powerful, and like goes in for some attacks and starts to like whittle down your life points a bit. And so then what do you do?
I activate or I summon Lamia Priestess, and I play Hypnotic Gaze of the Lamia to turn the Relinquished to my side of the field.
All right, roll. I guess that could be
Is
like
that a glam?
that's
It's either glam or like a master plan,
Master
maybe?
Plan or Dazzle, where you're like sort of trying to like use the mechanics to get this monster out. I sort of like the idea of trying to like this card is physically dazzling Relinquish.
All
So yeah,
right.
roll to Dazzle.
I guess how I would think about it is like she's making the play that she's making, and if she rolls well, then it works. But if she rolls bad, then like the opponent has an answer to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like, no, there's a
Yeah.
trap card that works for it. And the issue is you guys roll pretty good.
Yeah, so that's a 7. I'm still taking that -1, so I guess that turns
Yeah.
into a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So then mark experience. And so I think what it is, it's like I guess I have to figure out how many like I guess we could use your damage track in a way. But then it's like should we have like a separate damage track for the game?
I think that we could just narratively say what the like card state is. Like, it felt like in my game, I was always on the edge of defeat until I just eked out a victory.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how we want to do it here, or if we want
Yeah,
to just say like,
because like, oh god, we gotta add something. We've been so ridiculous. We gotta add something concrete. So like, I'll say this is like you like. It's like some card where it's like some card. It's the epic turncoat maneuver. I want to see if I can find this card.
is that actually a card?
Epic turncoat maneuver. Yeah. Yeah, the epic turncoat maneuver.
But yeah, I think that with the
And that's,
damage track, we could have been doing damage track as like our life points or whatever. In
Yeah.
like in my bombard, I could have like been taking damage for like putting myself in danger. But honestly, I also like the idea of just like we keep playing until we end up like failing like this in order to like in saying like, oh, they ended up like completely turning the tables and like crushing us from like our mistake or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because so what epic turncoat maneuver does here is when you take control of Relinquish, she uses it to like basically take it back and also get like an extra hit in on you as it turns on you because you took control of it. And then it deals like a very big hit, and you're like, you've managed to actually like get Cassili in like a. I think the thing is, you're almost like she's like her defense in the card game is very strong, but you've managed to actually sort of like get under her skin a bit. But you are still like on the brink of losing, just like life points wise.
And that
is
makes a
this?
lot of sense.
What game is this epic turncoat maneuver from?
That's from the Spoils. That's a card game I like. It's the same card game that back I showed you is from, that fancy backing.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So now she has her relinquish back, and I'm imagining the thing she does is epic turncoat maneuver also takes control of other characters as well. So she clears your field and uses that to like beat you down, and that's what gets you down to like within an inch of your life. So now it's
right.
now it's your move. She has your cards on the side of her field.
Okay, I think
Oh, thanks for putting it in the chat.
think this might be a heart of the card scenario, even though that's like my worst stat.
All
I
right.
just want to draw. I want to draw the Lamia Empress card.
All right. So yeah, roll.
I wanna roll a help roll.
Yeah, roll to help. Be like, put your hands in the circle to make the symbol of friendship on your hands. So like, Natalie, roll to help.
So I don't know what I do for help rolls.
Plus tie. 2d6 plus 1 for your tie
okay.
with Alice.
So I didn't do great. I got 7.
That's still plus 1 on
That's
her
a plus
roll.
one. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's 6 plus my tie's 1, I think.
Mhm.
Yes, okay.
Yep, it's still success.
Cool.
Okay, so I got a 7 on the die, -1 biz, +1 for that, -1 for fighting against Cassili. So that's a 6.
You don't
You've
get.
already pushed.
Yeah, you don't get the cards you need, and she uses the monsters she took from you to defeat you. But Cassili doesn't. Well, first, you feel the burning. You feel the burning of your deck,
Right.
and you see the little yellow penalty card appear above you for a second, and so yeah, you feel the burning of your deck, and Cassili is coming over to you, and she's like, you honestly put up for number 8. You fought like you were number 3, and she reaches out for your deck. Do you want to say sort of what she gets from you?
I think she takes the Lamia Empress card that I wanted to draw.
And she's
you're Lamia!
And she's like, she takes it. She's like, this would have really helped you out there. Luck of the draw as it is. And she, the deck stops burning, and she is like, I'm sure we'll see each other again. 3 lives after all, but no point in playing doubles just yet. And she,
I look forward to getting my card back from you.
And she like does like the over the hand like wave with one hand, and her entourage goes off with her. And a speaker says like, it's getting late. There are hotels located on the island that are free for your use. Please ask for a card key at the front desk. And you can see like in this haunted area, there's like an appropriate like haunted mansion-esque like themed hotel for you guys to stay at.
I guess I brought this tent for nothing.
April's like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to go camping.
Natalie's very sad. She was excited for camping.
There's also a themed swimming pool. It looks like a big bubbling witch's cauldron.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
The last one ends a rotten egg.
April jumps in with her like Force branded swimwear.
Ah. And then it's
Alice
a little
sits
pool.
on a beach chair on the side.
All right, and then I think like on that little fun scene of everyone in line, Victor Amar comes with you. I think Victor Amar's like, I think he comes up to Natalie and he's like, I think I was wrong about you. I don't, but I don't know how to take this yet.
That's okay. It's a lot of new things that we all have to wrap our heads around.
He
But
looks.
I really appreciate you saying that.
He looks at the labyrinth wall in his hands and he's like, I guess, well, I suppose if it was cheating, it wasn't enough for Cassili. And he, like, puts the 2 pieces in his hand. I didn't think that was gonna hurt so much. Jeez. You guys, I'm gonna find my crew, but you guys stay safe.
You too, Victor.
And he says, like, and Alice, you put up a real good fight.
But it wasn't good enough.
And actually, you know what? I think
Don't
I
worry,
want him
Alice.
to...
You'll get them next time.
And then we see the Arthur picture with like Alice's hand like fist clenched.
And actually, I think Victor's actually like, I think you have a way better shot at this than I do. I don't. You've really come around these last couple months, and I'm gonna look after my team. I'm gonna do the best we can to make sure they don't get just eliminated right away. But I think would you take this if I offered this to you? And he has like a card. He has a Duel Monsters card in his hand, and he's like handing it to you.
I don't need it. I'll win with my own deck.
Thank you, Victor.
Oh.
Does Yosef just snag the card?
Thank you, Victor. Since Alice doesn't want to take it, all
Natalie
of it. Don't worry.
is giving Joseph the stink eye.
Victor's like, oh, well, you did a good job too, Yosef. I got a good group of kids, so anyone who takes them down is honestly good in my book.
That castle of Caligostro motherfucker won't get far.
Oh wait, those nerds were your crew?
Yeah, they're my team.
Be nice, April.
I think the Eidolon thing has really gone to their heads. I just hope they don't hurt themselves. But
April just thinking back to like the exploded like building next to the card game and like the black hole that was almost summoned, I guess.
oh yeah, and also just like, so yeah, that's like the end of the episode, but like in the distance we see just like the little outline of a golden hat with blue bands on it, and like an eye glimmers in the darkness and then disappears all of a sudden, and that's like, I don't know.
That's so cool.
Sort of our little cliffhanger. And that's all for this. That's all for the episode. We're done. We're out of narrative.
Yay!
Yay! We wore out our welcome.
Yep.
The little parking meter just like ticked up and like, nope, you gotta insert more coins to get more narrative, huh?
That was fun. I'm glad we experimented with in-narrative Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a game that has its own rules that have to be followed to a degree. We'll figure it out.
It was really fun. It was really fun role-playing the card game. Like,
I mean, I love the Calvin Ball aspect of this. This is great.
Oh, Abe, I want you to know the 2 face-down cards that I put.
Yeah.
Those were 2 techies' minds.
Oh, from Artifact. Yeah,
Yes.
the hit card game Artifact. Well, if Cassili had a Slay the Spire card, you can have an Artifact card.
I would hope so. I think it's all their cards. I could print them out. And
What Slay the Spire card did she use?
Mayhem.
Oh, right.
And also, I guess while I'm at it, I'll say the Eidolon names. Obviously, we know Nero Collapse at Black Hole, which you didn't get to use.
Horn.
Oh yeah, keep forgetting their freaking names. Tauren Renewal had the Ritual of the Knob and Pull, which is another spoils card. Which I'll pull that up. God, that is a card game that doesn't exist anymore. And in fact, if I search the name of the card without adding the spoils, it doesn't even come up. But the game has funny card names, so I want to use them.
Knob and pull, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's
Ooh,
the
I
only
like this art.
that's the only ones I'm gonna reveal the names of right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang, I'm really glad I took out Torn's resources. This would have fucked me up good.
I like the idea of the card games, but I honestly kind of wish that we'd been doing doubles, like 2v2.
I think doubles would be more fun. I think we should try.
Yeah.
I think because there are 2 more of the nerd team left. I really want to do that. I really want to try and give that to you.
I felt like I was absorbing all of the spotlight for my game.
Yeah, I was trying to I was going back and forth on how to do that, and I thought you know what, I'll do it to spotlight just because I think they'd be quick. But yeah, I think a 2v2 would be good, especially if we can figure out a more solid way to do a rules interpretation. Just because, theoretically, it's the game could go on forever because it only goes on until we feel
until you're,
I think, in my head, I've been doing a sort of I was doing a 3 strikes sort of thing, and then I was well, I don't necessarily think this character is just a 3 strikes, but also
that's the crash system.
Yeah,
but it's
that is the crash system.
I think the other way around, you were almost creating a crash system for ourselves because we don't want to use our damage track for it.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get out the kinks in that. But I hope everyone,
we'll figure it out.
I hope everyone had a good time. I hope the viewers enjoyed themselves. Of course, we'll be back again sometime whenever we have the chance to. Next week, I don't know what we'll
next time on Eidolon playtest.
Eidolon Shuffle won't be next week, but next week maybe Among Us or Jackbox. Aw, thank you, Thomas Two Hands. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna bounce out because I am freaking hungry, y'all. It was really awesome playing. Good job.
Good job, everybody.
Ta-ta for now.
But yeah, everyone should. If anyone doesn't, they should definitely follow at Eidolon Playtest on Twitter and listen to that podcast. Also, when someone leaves, it messes up my little image thingy, but that's okay.
I'm sure you could just hide it all.
And yeah, I can. It messes up the names too. But that's, everyone knows who we are. But if you don't follow me on Twitter, that's the best way to know when streams are going live. That's at Avagardra, Avagardra. And you can support these streams and also get all the games that I make for just $1 over at patreon.com/AvaMiranda. That really, really helps me out and is appreciated. Also, Thursday, I'm planning to stream Paradise Killer because June got that for me and I want to play that.
Heck yeah.
I hope you like it.
That's a neat game.
All right. Does anyone have anything they want to plug before we go?
Yeah,
I'm good. I think I usually do, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I got it. This one went a little long because I just wanted to I knew I wanted to do that Cassili scene, but I was thinking of it next week. But then I was like, I gotta get an Alice scene in. And Alice hasn't had enough action. Yeah. So thank you to everyone for watching and have a good night. I'll roll the credits for our moderators, and I don't know if we had any followers or subscribers, but obviously if you do want to follow, it's really appreciated. Subscriptions aren't necessary, but appreciated as well. And if you're watching over at Peer to Peer, come over and drop a follow. And have a great night.